she's here screaming for herself and cheering in an empty theater. This is insanity.
I'm a narcissist.
At every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Hilarious comedians are roasting the new woke Snow White remake, and I am here for it. Snow White live action ends with a P. Diddy white party. Beanie Bros has made several hilarious animated Snow White parody videos. I'm going to link their channel in the description below. Be sure to check them out.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Let's see. Excuse me. Your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you? Spare me your white savior complex. I don't need anything from someone like you.
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that
That I should know what? That some privileged white guy thinks his opinion matters? Get over your entitlement. I'm not some damsel in distress waiting for you to ride in on your high horse.
I'm really sorry. I was just trying to be kind.
Kind? If you want to be kind, disappear and take the patriarchy with you. Seriously, go away, stalker. You're weird. Weird.
My queen, you're the fairest, but no longer the most evil.
Wait, what? I love how they even added the smudge mark here for her mole on her face. That's good animation. And then also how they made her so upset and frowny and angry and unattractive. I think she's beautiful.
This is no ordinary apple, my dear. It's a magic wishing apple.
A wishing apple?
Yes, one bite and all your dreams will come true.
You offer it to me freely.
In place of the patriarchy, you would have a queen! Not white, but diverse, inclusive, and equitable! I will become the leader I know I can be! All shall love me and despair!
Get away from her, you hideous hag! Oh, what has she done to you? Fear not. First love's kiss can break any curse.
Oh no, don't. Oh! I was afraid the prince was gonna kiss Snow White and wake her up. I was like, no, just leave her. Just leave her there. I love it.
Okay, she's a Disney princess with black hair.
Snow White.
Yes, the full title.
Snow White and the Seven...
15 seconds, come on.
Snow White and the Seven what, John?
Little men.
No,
Brad, come on, help me out. I'm not getting involved.
just say it. No one's gonna get offended.
I disagree. Just count it. What's the next
They're
one?
short and they live in the forest and they sing, John.
Smurfs?
Look at me. I'm Snow White now. I don't know if this girl meant to be funny, but she said, just saw Disney Snow White. So much worse than you could imagine. No magic, no emotion, no catchy songs, horrible costumes. 99.9% of the movie was terrible CGI. Gal Gadot served nothing except washed up war criminal. She had no fun with this role. Rachel Zegler only gave princess in the sense that she looked like a product of, a brother and a sister hooking up. She took Snow White from 14 to 30, even though she's only 23. Leave her on Broadway. She does not need to be in every movie. Whoa. And this is another liberal.
Like nowadays, you can protest about just about anything. Well, why don't I begin a protest about the fact that Disney decided to use CGI dwarfs? Not even the real thing. We could have gotten hired. We could have gotten money for something, but no. They're so ashamed of the CGI dwarfs. They don't even have it on the first flyer. Well, it's time to make a movement.
Now you wash the dishes. You tidy up the room.
She's protesting in an empty theater. That's obviously not the dwarf named Happy. The son of Snow White producer Mark Platt absolutely unleashes on Rachel Zegler for ruining his father's movie. Jonah Platt is ripping the 23-year-old actress for getting political and ruining Snow White. Platt specifically blames Zegler and her narcissism for the film's flop. Someone here says, your dad flew to New York City to reprimand a young actress. Any words on this? Because that's creepy as heck and uncalled for. People have the right to free speech, no? Shame on your father. And Jonah Platt says, you really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand this 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting the movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. This is called adult responsibility and accountability. And her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean that you are allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all of the colleagues and the crew and the blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something that should be coddled or encouraged. Oof.
I'm a narcissist.
Disney's Snow White remake has become the company's worst nightmare. The film has reached a humiliating new low, sealing its place as the worst-rated Disney release of the decade. The first weekend premiere had an abysmal global ticket sales of $87 million, despite the film costing $250 million to make. And in the latest blow to Disney, Snow White has taken another hit to its ratings, sliding from an already terrible 2.5 on IMDb to a humiliating 1.7 out of 10, and falling more every day on the review platform. Online commentators have mocked the disastrous result, saying the new Snow White scored just 1.7 on IMDb. People are so tired of this woke propaganda. The star put Trump fans offside even before the film was released, saying in a social media post that she hopes Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace. Online commentators agreed, saying she's the only reason it flopped. It had such potential, but her demanding woke rewrites and the horrible Seven Dwarfs CGI. But nobody would have cared about the CGI if she had just kept her mouth shut. Sky News contributor Caroline Marcus agreed, saying Rachel Zegler is to blame for the scathing reviews.
Really don't. I mean, colour me shocked, but when you have the lead actress playing, the title role in the film, coming out and alienating half of its potential audience by saying that Trump supporters, Trump voters and Trump himself should never know peace, F Donald Trump, that's another one of her lines in the lead up to this film. What do you honestly expect? I mean, they had to stop actually promoting this film because the promotions itself were so bad. I mean, it's not just the politics of the main actress, it's everything from casting someone who is of mixed race in a role that is literally supposed to be about a woman whose skin is as white as snow, from taking out the seven dwarves from the title of the movie because that's now seen as too problematic somehow. Rachel Zegler, we're supposed to believe, is just so striking that even the supermodel like Gal Gadot is supposed to be homicidally jealous of her. I mean, we're supposed to completely suspend our disbelief in this movie, apparently. And I just feel like she has this intense hatred for the material that she's working with. She calls it weird. She said the prince literally stalks Snow White in the movie, and they didn't want to do that. So it's just everything from the contempt for the original material to the politics to the casting has been a huge problem.
Comedian and commentator Alex Stein went further, saying Zegler is now playing the victim after the horrendous reviews.
Well, the reaction has been absolutely horrible. It is the worst box office from a Disney live action remake that they've ever done, and Dumbo didn't do very well, but this is actually performing much lower than Dumbo. And this couldn't happen to a better person, in my opinion. Rachel is literally the star of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim, and that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad, considering she's a multi-millionaire actress living out every struggling actress's or actor's dream, and she just kind of, hand waves it like she's still some sort of victim, when in reality, she should be a movie star. She should be happy. She should be, apolitical, positive, but she's not that way. She loves Kamala Harris. She was, as woke as they are. And, the saying, go woke, get broke. And Disney's going to lose money on this movie. And I believe it only made less than $1 million in China.
But it seems Rachel Zegler isn't letting the criticism or bad ratings get her down, with footage emerging of her watching her own film in none other than an empty cinema.
Okay. All right. You can have some salami. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Oh, Leroy, you love your salami, don't you? Oh, salami. Thank you. Sweetness. Sweet boy. Sweet boy. Good boy. Thanks for the moral support.